would you even hear it if you're the only one who sees it? Can tell if it's make-believe or I'm in a dream, been here 1,000 times. Happy up until the morning, calling her without a warning. Can tell if it's make-believe or I'm in a dream, have I lost my mind? 'Cause I'm holding on to the feeling, to the feeling. Even as the flames start to rise, tipping over smoke with my head high. Heaven only knows I've been through hell and back tonight. Dancing through the tears in my eyes, ashes start to fall in distant skies. Take a deep breath again and then I realize I'm holding on. I'm holding on. Even as the flames start to rise, then distant sky. Even as the flames start to rise, take a deep breath again and then I realize. Even as the flames start to rise, even as the flames take a deep breath again and then I realize I'm holding Feel the energy taking your place. Through the chatter, I'm breaking the chains. Oh, I close my eyes and the fears wash away. Holding on to whatever it takes. Keep holding on. Tell me, would you even hear it if you're the only one who sees it? Can tell if it's make-believe or I'm in a dream, been here 1,000 times. Happy up until the morning, calling her without a warning. Can tell if it's make-believe or I'm in a dream, have I lost my mind? 'Cause I'm would you even hear it if you're the only one who sees it? Can tell if it's make-believe or I'm in a dream, been here 1,000 times. Happy up until the morning, calling her without a warning. Can tell if it's make-believe or I'm in a dream, have I lost my mind? 'Cause I'm holding on to the feeling, even as the flames start to rise, slipping over smoke with my head high. Heaven only knows I've been through hell and back tonight. Dancing through the tears in my eyes, ashes start to fall in distant skies. Take a deep breath again and then I realize I'm holding on. Even as the flames start to rise, even as the flames start to rise, take a deep breath again and then I realize, even as the flames start to rise, even as the flames take a deep breath again and then I realize I'm holding Feel the energy taking the place. Through the chatter, I'm breaking the chains. I close my eyes and the fears wash away. Holding on to whatever it takes. Keep holding on. Tell me, would you even hear it if you're the only one who sees it? Can tell if it's make-believe or I'm in a dream, been here 1,000 times. Happy up until the morning, calling her without a warning. Can tell if it's make-believe or I'm in a dream, have I lost my mind? 'Cause I'm
Yeah. I had to murk that chicken. Thanks for your patience. Alright, let's run it back. Run it. Oh, I'm either between running it back or continuing where we continuing right here. There's a lot going on actually. There's a lot going on. Trying to adjust my cam real quick. Hold on. Turn my lights on. Ooh. Okay, let's rewind. Rewind and break some things down. We have an hour. How long has this been going on so far? Let me check OBS. Give me a minute. 21 minutes in. We set the timer, then we break this down, eh? Alright. So, what was going on here? If I switch back, are we continuing? Okay, that looks like it. So in that last game, let me pull back, and then I'll do a speed run when the match started. So picking up where we left off, there were some few things we're doing well, quite properly. Where to use Red Derby properly, it would make sense for us to be behind our team so that we can light them up the alphas, and we have a situational awareness to know when to grab ops away. So at this part when I was playing with Baku, that's what I realized it was a good thing to do since we got the W on the last game. So we're gonna try and repeat that, if I remember properly. I'm gonna try and repeat that process and then continue. So skipping forward. When the map lands, it's usually one of the most, somewhat stressful parts of the game. Early on. Oh, this poor deck was AFK. Should have paid attention. Oh, he went out quick. I guess he quit the game before he died. But he left for a different game rather than quit. Okay, looting up. Nothing happening here so far, just looting. Okay, starting to get active. Okay, so right here I'm focusing on geez. If we take a pause and we take a step back and look where we came from, right? Check this. So far this is the layout. So from the last feedback we got, we wanted to focus on a better teamwork, right? Especially the coordination, right? You can protect your teammates by being offensive with a Red Derby. So we're focusing on improving team support through aggression, because everyone's character style is different, right? So with a strike character, if you want to support your team, you sort of have to be more aggressive. So we're taking advantage of the aggression here so that we can support our team. But we're doing it through coordination of being behind, right? So as the offensive person in the team, being behind my team makes it easier for me to light people up and then break through and then finish them off, you know. So we're just going through that process right there. We're gonna continue on. I need to make sure anytime I step out that the screen isn't blanked out. Can you see? Okay, I can see it. I can see it. So that's how we're able to get that down, right? Yeah, staying behind them to see who's around. Yeah, finishing them off. So that was good. Decently good teamwork from there. Finishing off the ops. I was getting lit there. My goodness. Like, dang. So that's a Nejire. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, it makes sense to try and heal. Why not waste the group heal because everyone is full, you know? The team is full. So if the team is not at risk as well, then save the group heal for when someone in the team needs it. Especially when you're in a good position. So there with all my... Gosh, that tracking needs to be nerfed. So that's one thing that's interesting, right? Like right here, a lot of people would say, oh, you got lucky, you know? Like grabbing this with Red Darby. But if you've played Red Darby enough, if you're Darby main, and you can see from that angle, it's not hard for you to know what the distance is before the grab, just at the end, for you to actually hit it off. So I'm so used to grabbing Muriels who come up from like a beta and rapids in the air, because rapids are always in the air. So I just knew, oh, he should be somewhere around that point. Because you can see, this aim absolutely makes no sense. There's no reason for any character who's aiming this way to make contact. Yet, I knew he was at the tip. So as long as I'm in that gradient from an angle, you know, Darby has sort of this vertical, diagonal movement with the beta that I'm used to, so I figured he'll be right there. So that was good perception to be aggressive. And here I was trying to chase. But I don't think we got the kill off. We managed to sort of dip. So that was smart by the All Might. And look at that man's coordination. Immediately he took off. Look at that perfect landing from a special. I have to give him credit for that. Especially in a situation where bro is being chased, you know? He managed to pull that off. Just landed right there perfectly. Good for him. Alright, we're going to zip forward. Then I was trying to jump at Nejire. But her beta knockback is so quick. So there I was just trying to stay there to put pressure, and I stayed underneath here so that her, her beta doesn't light me up. But that's another advantage, a good thing of being situationally aware. You notice how the Nejire, right? I knew she was up there, so this gives cover to Nejire. It actually gives cover, you know, to any sort of attack that's coming from above. So try and take advantage of this, guys, if you're underneath this little, shed. So I was about to heal, then I see her jump down. I'm like, oh, that's a perfect opportunity. You never want to let a Najire slide off with once you're done with your specials. So I was lying her up there. Then here I'm trying to stay measured to not charge, but I'm also trying to be aware to support my team as well at the same time. So I'm trying not to go too far. So using aggression to back ops off from the team, and also using perception to stay relatively close by to my teammates. I see pairs on mic there. I'm not engaging yet, but I'm trying to discourage them away from the team. Nothing's happening yet too much. Again, scouting around. Good alpha charge by Mirio. Again, staying close enough to the team, as opposed to last time moving around. Anytime there's a Muriel, dang, two of them. I'm always being situationally aware to just beta their beta, basically. So now we're trying to still be more measured a little bit. What's the time? Oh, it's actually really 9. Yeah, I need to hop on and get into some actual games soon. But look at this movement here. So most derbies, what you can tell between an experienced derby in general, whether it's purple or red, but red in this case, is they don't thirst with beta, right? So I used air tech right there to jump off the wall, if you notice, to give me that extra elevation here. So I could be above Nejire. Because the only way you get towards Nejire is being above her level, literally, because she's that annoying. And then that's where I was able to snatch her. So that's some just good tips. And then here you want to go away undercover, so that's why I'm rolling. But you always want to roll in a zigzag motion. It's always harder for top rankers to hit you when you move in a zigzag motion. So here, just doing that. As Red Derby, you want to be the aggressor to sort of get people away from your team. Alpha up there, keep rolling. Always keeping your eyes. It's always good to have your eyes where your opponents are, because you rather see something hit you than be surprised by it, right? So that's what we're taking advantage of right there. So moving, so it's about to get more chaotic. I'm just trying to stay close to Baku. It's a streamer. Follow her on Twitch and on YouTube. And Nejire was really being stubborn. So there I was trying to be patient to discourage the Nejire away from my team. Then we're back into it again. So always staying around the team, It's very hard for someone to focus on your teammates if you're a Red Davi and you're active, right? Like once a Red Davi pulls up, people are usually trying to focus, right? Oh, barely. She has such a good quirk set. Yeah, and she goes down. That's definitely an inexperienced Nejire right there. Because if they were that low, I don't know why they were still attacking, right? So it's something to keep in mind. Yeah, moving again. You're always trying to hit and move. Staying close to buildings are your friend, right? Especially if you have like a quirk that can have some AoE damage, like Davi's Gamma. So that's why I'm staying relatively close by corners. This guy had so much loot. I don't think I could grab everything, could I? Okay, good. So yeah, at this point we're super maxed out. Stay measured. Dropping cards for teammates. So again, close by, but not too close to Storm. Because if you're a Red Derby and you're close to Storm, that's very difficult to avoid. Like your health goes away like that. Oh gosh, that Muriel was so annoying. There were so many Muriels in this game. This ranked game. So W heal by Baku. Here I pop off. So it's 7 teams left, and look at how small the circle is getting. That's how you tell like this is going to be an intense end circle. What was I trying to do here? I think I was trying to see who's the threat. But I'm actually too far away from my opponents, right? So let's take a pause here real quick. I'm relatively close to them, but I'm not directly where they are, right? So if we're to do some ratings, let's see what could have been better here, right? So these are all the metrics we have. This is survivability, team support, aggression, maneuverability, perception. I would say for team support, which is the biggest thing with me using Red Davi, because you're supposed to be offensive, I should be closer towards my team, but I'm trying not to be so close where I'm in Storm and my health starts getting deleted. You know what I'm talking about. Because he has Davi's Gamma just bleeds his health. So it's better to be tactfully aggressive when you're advancing with your team, but using perception or situational awareness to sort of be with them in this sort of like triangle formation, right? So that's one thing we're trying to get closer to or talk about. Actually, why didn't this is what I was talking about. I don't know why that didn't show up at the first time. That's my mistake. So these are the metrics. I'll leave this here for a second so everyone can see what I'm talking about. So this is aggression. You can be a good teammate with an aggressive character like Red Derby. You can show good team support or teamwork by being offensively aggressive. Not every time, not at every opponent in front of you, but by focusing on opponents near your teammates, right? Because what I'm doing is you're sort of being. If you watch the anime, remember when they had the positioning and Davi was basically cutting off the supply of most of the heroes, right? So in that sense, that's what I'm trying to do in ranked. So we'll just continue off, but let me switch back to switch back to this. So hopefully that grid makes sense, you know, for all the breakdowns you've seen. So that's what basically I look at to improve as a teammate. All of those metrics right there. So again, staying close. If you have like a support person on your team, at least one person should be close to the supporting character, right? Oh my goodness, look at that. I didn't even remember that. Who was that I was after? Oh, Rapid Toga? So again, this is me using perception. I know most people go to the jump pad, and I know as Red Derby, I have extra elevation, right? Using my beta to go up. So the same way I downed Nejire, I'm taking the same approach to get the Rapids, right? Or whoever is going in this jump pad. Because people really like to use that jump pad right there. So huge damage to Rapid Toga there. Again, just discouraging people. They see a Red Derby jumping, they're like, okay, you probably need to start leaving. I knew that was not my teammate. Exploding right there. People still love this jump pad. I don't know why is everyone trying to die for it, man? Isn't that mad? Isn't that mad? Sheesh. For Red Derby, his Gamma is my favorite thing. It's not the beta. I think that beta should be nerfed to the ground. Honestly, the tracking doesn't make sense. Because someone who's a Propo Derby main like myself, this amount of aggression is too much for me, which is why you see me not spamming beta all the time. So I use beta for movement, or to get people away from my team. Now you don't want to be in there with a Momo. Roll the Tech Shoto's beta. At this point I was going up. I was on skates. Look at the Gamma, just free hits with that Gamma, free hits. It's a 3-in-1 move. That Gamma is offensive, it hits people. It's defensive, it stops projectiles as well. And it also gives you a speed boost. So honestly, it's one of the best moves in the entire game. They can nerf everything about Red Derby, his damage by 50% at all levels. As long as that Gamma gives me speed boost, it'll be fun playing S.T.A.M.P. Yeah, at this point, this circle was just getting crazy. Especially with the Momo right there. She's probably marinating in Storm. I'm trying to keep an eye on her. Because if a Momo starts using their alphas, that's when things start getting tough. Oh, that was bad. I should have sized up the situation. But here, you're not wrong to crash out because I have a special, and we sort of need our support character. Because if they get up, they can heal us, you know? So I was trying to low-key crash out to be the aggressor. But I probably dipped because I'm like, what good am I if I'm dead? So both teammates are down at this point. It's tough. Oh my god. You know what? I think I remember. At this point, I was like, I'm getting ready to plus, and I did press it. And I know most people have had this experience before where they hit the plus ultra button and then it doesn't work, and it's so annoying. I had plus, but yeah, fell short on this one. Fell short on that one. So anyway, let's talk about that and do some ratings, right? What would I rate, or what would you guys rate that level of aggression and performance? We have like 1 hour, then I'm going to switch into an actual game, in-game real quick. This is how I improved. Basically starting my first, from lower rank. If you look at my rankings, you see me go from bronze to silver, silver to gold, gold to expert, expert to expert 3, and then ace. So I can relate to giving a lot of tips for people who want to rank up to ace as well. And I've made ace other seasons afterwards. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If I was to give a rating, right? On a scale of 5, let's say on a scale of 5, right? What would we rate survivability? On a scale of 5, I'll give it either a 3.8 or a 4. Trying to be stricter on myself. I'll give survivability on that last game. Let's give it a... I'll just say 3.9 because I was the last person to survive on the team. So that's survivability. What could have been better is if I didn't crash out early, right? Because when I grabbed the Todoroki, that's when things started to go south. You grab a Todoroki in a small room, things can easily go bad. And Todoroki Tech Shoto has this alpha that freezes, so I could have not tried to crash out early, and instead used my alpha to light people up, right? So if I rewind, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So if we go back to the video, right? And I rewind. At this part right here, right? We see the teammate go down, and I just healed. What would have made sense, instead of going in to use the beta, is I should have gone around, right? So I should have gone around and tried to use my alphas to light people up. Because what good is being this close, grabbing the tech Shoto, right? Because if I play it now, see what happens. He's already taking control of this room. It doesn't make sense for me to try and use my beta, right? Now, granted, he would have finished her off. Look at Nana's health. There's not much she can do as well. She needs to heal, you know, as a teammate. Baku's health is also low. So that leaves me to do this. Okay, so I discard the tech Shoto. He's probably super weak, right? So that's a level 9. And I could have maybe potentially healed there instead, right? Because there's no one attacking me. At least not yet. It's a high area for exposure, but no one is attacking yet. So I could have used a small heal to heal myself. I had a potion right there. And then at this point, it doesn't make sense whether I get a heal or not. I should have just plussed. But I said, hey, let me see if I can heal and then use it as soon as I'm hit. But it was too late. I got one tapped. Got one tap. So survivability could have been better right there, right? So if we pivot back to the ratings, team support was decent from an aggressive standpoint. So on a scale of 5, for team support, let's say I'll give myself a 3.9 or 8 as well. Was good, blood. Neil in the building, Neil in the building. Did you just send that? Apologies if I missed it earlier. Just doing some analysis breakdown, giving people some tips and also learning. So if you have any feedback, let me know. What's up with my thumbnail? I was looking for something that would give a crack at this analysis because there's a lot of crazy stuff happening, right? So I think the thumbnail is somewhat accurate towards the chaos of these matches I was having with Baku and Nana. Seems to be getting people's attention though, because it's a wild thumbnail. I saw that too and I was like, what is this thumbnail? It's like a mad thumbnail. Oh, I am proper nerd, proper nerd. We're breaking it down. I usually do this with subscribers. I take feedback too. People are like, why did you do this at this point? Or why didn't you do this instead? Why didn't you heal? So we're just breaking it down. This is my metric for every skilled player is good in at least one of these areas, right? So at the high level, people are usually good at least 3 areas, and then we go from there. So sure, I was planning to fall asleep, but I guess I got some extra work for tonight. Oh dang. Yeah, I got some extra work too. I'm trying to do it either late tonight or tomorrow morning. So I feel you, brother. I feel you. All right, brother. Stop. Let's do some coaching. Yeah. Talk to me. Talk to me. So I don't know if you saw the clips, but this is on a scaling of 5. So I gave myself a 3.9 out of 5 for survivability. I'm ace rank, by the way, 2-time, and then expert all this 3 seasons before that. So that's just for perspective. And so for all of these, I said 3.9 for survivability because I was the last person on my team and I was using good movement. For maneuverability, let's go in order. So team support. I didn't do any heals or revives. I was just being aggressive. Aggressive to protect my team. So I gave myself a 3.8. For aggression, I'll give myself a 4. I was discouraging a lot of opponents from getting my team. Maneuverability. Oh. So the greatest question to ask before we do all this analysis is this. What time of player are you? Do you play broken or well balanced? Oh, good question. So I use a range of different players. My main is Propo Davi. I use him every season. And I try and get a win with him first every season before I play all the characters. But I main Dabi, Aizawa, Kendo, Hawks, and Mirio. So those are my 5. So it doesn't matter which character gets released, I sort of have an answer every season for a character that's released. So OGs are Kendo though, Kendo and Propo Dabi. But more often now, I use Aizawa, Mirio, and Red Dabi. Red Dabi if I really want to there's too much meta right now at this time of the day, and ranked I need to even things out. Or if I want to get serious, I use Red Dabi. Propo Dabi, wait, Aizawa? hey, don't judge, man. Everyone has their thing. I play out of dissatisfaction. One of the toxic things about this game is it's so hard to have fun. Like, you ever been in a lobby and then people just take you out like that, So what I started to do is I found good teammates, and I found teammates that have my similar style and are not toxic. They ping items. They say, we'll do better the next time. We don't blame each other for if someone is downed. We take responsibility for if we died, then we died. They're like, oh, why weren't you there? Why couldn't you heal me? Because everyone is trying to do their best in every situation, and we just try and have fun, whether we win or lose. Even though we lose more often than we win, but when we do win and we play very well. So Crocodile is our Muriel Kendo. Yep, yep. Yeah, that's it. That's it pretty much. Crocodile for UA and Chaos City, but you already know this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Anywhere there's buildings, I just set those traps. I have him with wall running and high replenishment. I also have him with willpower maxed out at level 11 and wall running as well. So that way I do that parkour and then I drop traps near trees. I drop traps in corners, places where I would heal if I was a character or rapid. So keep asking questions though. Let me move towards rating everything else. Because I need to hop on game and actually start streaming with friends. That's if they're even around. I don't know if they're on. Maneuverability, I'll give myself a 4 out of 5 because there were some good jukes in the last game. And then for perception, I'll give myself a 3.5 out of 5. Maybe 3.7. 3.7 because I was always proactively being aggressive to defend my team. So proactively snatching people or fighting people around them to discourage opponents from attacking them instead. Because that's a red derby. Hey, it's very hard for Mandem to press a brother. You can't press a brother when I pull up as red derby. You can't focus on two characters at the same time when red derby pulls up. So, alright, Neil. Let's see what you saying. Best choice, yeah. Aizawa can only be played when you are confident in yourself, but you got to play with your team. It's hella easy to run off and get killed. Yup, I call Aizawa the support disruptive character. You sort of need to survey around your team and cancel quirks at the right time. But you also have to be very patient under pressure, right? Like if you're being attacked as an Aizawa, you sort of have to have muscle memory to know how to back out. Air alpha at an angle so you glide off. Use your quirk gamma to stop projectiles, and then beta. So yeah, you have to be quite accurate and composed. So definitely agree with that. Never played Miri or Kendo. I hate you hate Rapid. I don't blame people who hate. I think hating Rapid is a very common shared contentment in the in the My Hero community. Because they just hit and run, Like every other character, you sort of trades. You can have like a handoff, a one-on-one, but Rapid's just hit and move. I always hated Ida, even still to this day. Ida was such an annoying character. Then we got Hawks, the most irredeemable Rapid. Hawks, ironically, is my favorite in the show, but I think they just it'll take someone like Mirko or some other character that was worse than Hawks on launch for me to redeem him and be like, okay, I feel good about myself playing as a Hawks. Oh, really? Aizawa, in my opinion, is the strongest character in the game easily, but he's a very PC-like character. So for the most part, when I play Aizawa, I try to be as aggressive as possible. I've seen most people play Aizawa that way. You're not wrong. I've seen most people play Aizawa that way. Most people, I won't say that's wrong. That's how to do it. You just have to be very decisive in how you're being aggressive. Use that alpha melee gamma combo. Alpha melee 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 jump gamma combo. He has lots of good combos. Aizawa is definitely to me, the most satisfying character to play as. But we've reached an hour on this stream. Or we'll reach an hour soon, so I guess I can play the rest of the clips as I get answers. But yeah, this is the metric, guys. Let me know how I did. Let me know what you're curious about. If you had questions, some of these things. I'll just play back for the rest of the people who showed up a bit later. One off that far. But yeah, Neil, I do think if some people are only as good as the broken characters, right? Like if you look at the rankings, you see people have constantly been using like Red Deku, who I would put above Red Davi, um, because you can get three shot by Red Deku and just get down instantly. He has an answer for every situation. The argument I make for Red Davi not being stronger than Red Deku is his beta fails. When he does snatch you, you can deal damage to Davi when he snatches your teammate with a beta, and he's doing half the work by dying, right? So once a Davi is guard broken, when I'm playing against other red Davis, what I do is I basically keep my distance till that gamma wave comes and then just finish them off. Well, that's if you can see them coming. If you can't, then you have to sort of aggressively back them out or fight them. Red Deku to me takes skill early enough. He does take skills, but he takes the skill to damage ratio is highly disproportionate. I don't know if you've faced some higher rankers with tunings, but all it takes is like 3 shots, right? So he has Red Davi. His alphas have, in a way, Red Davi's beta damage because it's no risk to shoot, right? Like it doesn't take risks to shoot people from a distance, use your gamma to go up to move. If they're close to you, hit beta, right? So he takes more skill as far as not being carried by beta, like how most Red Davis are. But if you were to put Red Deku, Red Davi, and you said, okay, 1v1, they should fight from like a reasonable distance, a good Red Deku would have an advantage. Red Deku just Aizawa, but easier. Agreed, without the quirk cancelling, yeah. If Red Deku was like Aizawa, I would be fine with him, but he's not. You make up a good point. You know what I think? I predict that they're going to have a second quirk set because we don't have low accurate Red Deku, right? We don't have him on using gear shift, right? We don't have him using the smoke screen. We don't have him using danger sensing, right? So all of those, I think they're gonna like sort of add that to really milk the content of my hero and try and make it continuous, over time. So I definitely imagine or anticipate a second quirk set coming. Because this Red Deku I think it's Red Deku that's a variation of Overhaul, fighting Overhaul. It's nowhere close to the, hybrid if you take into account Black Whip with Yellow Deku. But there's so much more they can do with him. Alright though, I'm gonna switch out. We'll continue the last 2 parts of this analysis with Baku. It's another really good streamer, high ranker as well. So follow her on YouTube and Twitch. But I'm going to end it shortly. And I'll give it a few seconds because there's some lag between when I speak and when the stream goes on ahead. I think it's like 5 seconds. But yeah, shout out to people who showed up. Shout out to 9 to 5 the Mastermind, Zaha, Esfarano earlier, first comment. Neil Blaze, welcome to the stream. Alright, I'm gonna switch over to some gameplay or check if my friends are up. And then we'll call it a night and resume some studying for work. And remember, if you're gonna do it your way. Appreciate you guys. Be easy. See you soon.